Good morning, S2. It's Miss Cochrane here, and I'm just going to talk you through your lesson for the week. Okay. The idea is that you're going to do an investigation on finding out the cost of owning a dog. The idea behind it is that you're going to use your knowledge and skills on money and budgeting to investigate the cost of purchasing one, okay, and owning a dog, which is really important. Success criteria, so you're able to apply that mathematical thinking to calculate savings and a total budget and research and find a dog of your choosing. Okay, I'm able to use the Kennel Club website and other websites to discover important information about your chosen dog, and then you're able to navigate a supermarket website and your budgeting knowledge to be able to feed your dog. Now, your task, right? The idea is you've been working really hard, you've been saving your money so you can get a dog. However, it's a big responsibility, and it's not just about saving up enough money to buy one, but we need to spend money on essential items such as a collar and lead. And we also need to think about things like we insure them in case they get sick or injured, and we need to feed them. Okay, so it's task designed to have you look at a few of these things and apply your mathematical knowledge. So if you could write your answers in blue, that would be helpful because then it's easier to see. You can write them on or you can type them in, it's up to you. The work does not all have to be completed in this Monday morning time slot. Okay, it can be done a little bit throughout the week. Okay, you've got your Wednesday tutorials as well, which is really important. Right, and the main thing is, if you need help, you have to come and ask for it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly talk you through the tasks, nothing too intense, and then at that point, if you want to move on, and just give it a bash and get stuck in about it and do the questions, that's fine. If you're still a bit unsure or you want a little bit more detail, I'm then going to go into each task just with a little bit more detail and show you the sites that you need to use and how you navigate around them. You can also just pause the video and come back to it if that's what you want to do. So, task one. Task one is about the budget, okay? So the idea is that you have a paper round that gives you £18 a week and you save that weekly amount for a whole year. How much have you saved? So what kind of sum is this? I want you to do the calculation and figure out how much you've saved. You've then done a little bit of extra work. So you've saved some money from your birthday and from Christmas tips. And then you need to add this in. You fill in the table and complete your calculations in here. Really important that total budget, we get this final amount here because that's going to be important in task 3 when we use it to actually calculate calculate how much it costs to own a dog and the things that we want to buy. Task 2, choosing your dog. Okay, so what type of dog would you like? I really like dachshunds and golden retrievers. Everybody's kind of got one that they like. You can pick any you want as long as, okay, you can find one that's within your budget. So, tell me, what would you name them? And then use the following websites to find information about your chosen breed, okay? You can use these websites here and you need to fill out this table. This information all here, all these things are really important, okay? Because again, you're going to be using this information throughout the task to help you with all the other things that we need to calculate. Right. Task 3, finding a job. So using the following websites, a couple of them will load up in a second. There we are. So Pets for Homes, which is good. That's the one that I would use. And then Pre-Loved or Gumtree, okay? Once you've done that, you need to use Pets at Home website to buy the items for your dog. And then just take some screenshots of them and put your screenshots in here where I've marked this one nonsense here, okay? And then just fill in the table. So how much does it cost for your dog, a dog bed, collar, lead and toy, and then your total. What's really important is, I've highlighted it in red here, okay? You need to remember your budget from task 1. You cannot go over that budget. That is the idea behind the whole thing. That's your budget and you need to use it in here. Then task 4 is about feeding your dog, okay? So we're going to assume that your dog's now an adult. Okay, it's not a puppy, it's an adult. Alright, and then you're going to use the information that you gathered in task 2 and this table below to find out, okay, how much they should be eating per day. You're then going to use that to figure out how much they should be eating per month, okay? Converting between grams and kilograms, and then using the Asda website to find some suitable food for your dog. Okay, so the groceries in Asda. Right, again, take some screenshots of the items that you've used and put the images in at the right hand side, and then using that to fill in this information here. Alright, again, that's your task there. There's an extension task at the bottom, right, with some puzzles. Have a look at them as well. There's 3 different types of puzzles. You might be able to do one, you might be able to do all 3, you might not be able to do any. But just have a look, and if you can give them a bash, then that's what to do as well. Right. At this point, if you feel like, do you know what, I just want to get on with it, I'm going to read through, I'm going to do the task as I can, that's fine. Go on and do that, okay? You can always come back to the video for help if you get stuck at some point and you think, I'm not really sure where the information is that I'm trying to find or what I'm trying to do, right? If you don't and you think, I maybe need a little bit more help here, then I'm just going to talk you through the websites and the information that you need to find just now. So we'll go back to task 1, okay? So again, you're just thinking about the calculation. I've got a little example out over here, if it would load for me as well. There we are. So I earned £15 a week. I saved my earning for 12 weeks. How much will I have saved? Well, I'm getting £15 per week, so that means every week it's repeated. Right, that's going to be a multiplication. So I've got my £15 multiplied by 12, and that's going to give me, I can use my calculator, that's fine, £180. Okay. Then if I've got any more money that I want to add on, then I'm going to write down my sums and I'm going to fill out this little table here. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Again, just a little bit slow on the loading here. Okay. Looking to fill in that table that's there. Okay. Right. So task 2, this is where we need to maybe talk a little bit more about the website. So what type of dog would you like and what would you call it? Well, I'm just going to talk through with the example of my dog. So I've got a golden retriever and he's called Harvey. So we'd probably write his name in here. Okay. Or type it in, that's totally fine. And then I'm going to use these websites here to find these information. So what type of breed he is, etc. So, well, I know that Harvey is a golden retriever. So again, I'm going to write that in there. Okay. And then I'm going to use these websites here to find out. So the PDSA website's great. That gives us lots of important information. So if you click the link, and this website here would come up. And what you need to do is you need to search about your breed here. So I'm going to put in golden retriever. Hopefully it loads soon. There we are. Okay, and there's the golden retriever page that I'm looking for, and it tells me lots of important bits of information. So it tells me what size he is. Well, he's large. His weight, that's an important one. That's a piece of information we're looking for. How much exercise per day, minimum 2 hours per day. And then cost per month, his coat length medium, his minimum cost per month is 105. So all the information that you need is in here. The other website that you need to use is the Kennel Club website. So to use the Kennel Club website, we would have the search button here. Again, put in the breed that we're looking for. Golden Retriever. Retriever Golden. I'm not too bothered about the first 2 ones here. We're looking at just this one here that brings up the information about the breed group, if it's vulnerable, its size. Some of the information is the same across both of it, but you do need to use both websites to get both bits, all the information that we have asked for in this task. So if we look back at this, yep, breed group, size, weight range, exercise, length, grooming, origin. Now origin, you might need to go and have another Google for that. Where did it first come from? But you can always just have a look through any website to find that. Life expectancy, so that's how long do they live for, and then how much do they cost per month minimum. That was on the PDSA website, so make sure you use both of them for any of your dogs that you're thinking about. Okay. Then task 3 is actually finding the dog. So I'm going to change slightly. I'm not going to talk about Harvey now. I'm going to talk about a different dog. But want to use any of these websites here, so you can use any of them. I'm going to use the Pets for Home one. So when you click onto that, right, the idea is that what you're going to do is you're going to use your budget from task 1. So whatever your calculation was, let's say, I'm just going to make it up, this isn't the actual number, but my budget came out to be £1,500. Then that's the amount of money that I'm going to use to find my dog, a dog bed, a collar, a lead, and a toy. Now, you don't have to spend it all, okay? You just need to find and make sure that you budget enough within that. Dogs are actually quite expensive, so we'll have a look at that now when we go onto the website. So I'm going to go onto the Pets for Home website this time. This one here. And this time I'm not going to look for a golden retriever, but I'm going to look for a dachshund because I quite like them. So I could have any one that I want. Lots of different ones, as you can see. So I'm going to go dachshund. Again, we're not bothered about the location of the dog, okay? We're not fussed about that. Just looking for an advert for a dog that is expensive. Now, the one thing is we need to change the advert types, okay? Because we only want ones that are for sale. We don't really want ones that are for stud or wanted or so on and so forth. And we also need to update the search, okay? So, oh my goodness, dachshunds seem to be a little bit out of my budget. Well, at £3,000 they definitely are. So what I need to do is I'm going to change it to the lowest price and see if I can find ones that are maybe within my budget. Because dogs really do range in price. Now, look, there we go. Now, it says sold, but I'm not really bothered by that. Look, there is now a dog for £650, okay? Or I can have a puppy for £700, so on and so forth. So there are ones that are a little bit cheaper out there. It just depends on their pedigree and things like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one, so £750, and then I would take a wee screenshot of that, and I would then go back and put it into here at the side where I've made a mark. So I talked about that earlier. So £750. Right, I've left myself quite a lot of money to go and get myself a nice dog bed, a collar, a lead, and a toy. And then I'm going to total that up and then think about how much money I have left over. Then the last task, okay, feeding your dog. So from this task, we're going to assume that your dog is now an adult, right? And you're going to use the information that we gathered in task 2. So I'm going to talk about Harvey in terms of this, go back to him being a golden retriever. So Harvey needs 2 hours or more per day. You might have remembered that from earlier. He is classed as high activity, okay? He's got big energy levels, my golden retriever. And that is a large dog, okay? So he is high activity and he is large. Now, specifically, his body weight is going to be here somewhere. Now, I think that the range for a golden retriever is between 30 and 35. So up to 35 kilograms, that's where we want to be. Okay, we're always going to work at the higher end, right? Which means the amount that Harvey should be eating a day is 486 grams from his daily serving. Okay, so I'm going to write it in here, 486 grams. How many grams should this be per month? I'm assuming 30 days in the month. What kind of calculation is that? Oh, is it a multiply? Is it a divide? I'm going to let you decide. And then converting your answers into kilograms. Now, I've said if you need help, look over at the example to the right. So I've put there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram, and here's some examples of the conversions. Okay, what you're actually doing is you are dividing by 1,000. So you're taking your grams and dividing it by 1,000 to turn it into kilograms. If you're not sure about that, okay, there's a couple examples there. You could always Google it or get on to the tutorials on Wednesday and ask me for help. That's what they're there for. Once you've done your calculations, you're then going to use the Asda website, okay. Hopefully this would load a little bit better. You're then going to use the Asda website to find, there we go, okay, how much food that we need to use to feed them every month, okay. When you click on this link here, We want to use the Asda website to find the dog food bulk pack, okay? And they contain enough for one. So you might need to buy 2 smaller ones, or you maybe be able to find 1 big pack. Anyway, it should be dry biscuits, okay? Not meat packets. We're going to the Asda website. Okay. Loading. We're going to use this website here. We're going to go into groceries. Well, it's pets, it's dog and puppies, and dog food bulk packs. And these are ones here are all sort of the ones in meat, and they're sachets. You're better off looking for the big packs with the biscuits that help us, because we know how much they're going to need per month, because we did the calculation, and we can use that then here to figure it out. Okay. Looking to find out, and then you use the cost of these to find on our budget. So if I go back, again, how much does it cost to feed our dog? Well, it's going to cost this amount. So how much money is left over after you take away the cost to feed your dog from the minimum monthly amount? So that was, you did that information's back in task 2, okay? So you need to go back and have a look at that and use that. Again, how much have you then got left off of your budget? And the last little bit that you need to think about, okay, is there's still going to be a little bit of money left over once you take away that food. I want you to think about what else, okay, would you spend money on looking after your dog. It's not just about feeding them. There's so many other things that they need, that you need to take into consideration, and people spend money on their dogs in lots of different ways. So if you can write as many things down as you can, that would be really good. And then again, those puzzles are down the bottom. Now, if you need any more help, you need to tag me, right, in your teams. Remember, it's Miss Cochrane, not Mr. McMartin this week, and at all from now on, it's always going to be me. Tag me in your teams, or if you don't have, if you're still struggling near the next couple of days, come to the tutorials on Wednesday. I'll talk you through, I'll screen share with you, I'll show you where you need to use it, I'll help you with your calculations. Please make use of the tutorials, alright? I'm there for the 2 hours. I'm there to help you. An hour for you guys, an hour for the S1s. Please log in and ask me for help. If you don't want to speak to me on the tutorials, or you're a little bit nervous, then you can also tag me in the teams and I can answer your questions